Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellen. Today we're going to add another little addition to our little mini sketchbook, and it's going to be a wonderful lighthouse from Australia. I give you a photo to go by, and you'll see how I kind of blew it up to get in this little book of this wonderful sketchbook that I have. You can see one of the other ones we did a while ago, and I wanted to put another coastal in here. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Super fun and easy tips to paint this. Sky and ground and rocks. I give you a tip on how to really get these kind of cool looking rocks and the spray of the crashing waves on the rocks. Like I said, Patreon members get the trace. If you want to be a Patreon member, click the link in the description box to get all the line art that you can use. Otherwise, just look at the reference photo and draw it from yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. So we are back at my little mini sketchbook from Tumarta. You can see some of the ones I've done before. And I had this one as a tutorial, and I figured I need to add another one on this page. It was kind of coastal. We have some fun ones that were in here that are on my YouTube. This one too. But, and these ones I did in my retreat, and this one you see on YouTube. So, I did a lighthouse. You get the reference photo. Just a simple lighthouse. This was in Australia. I just like the way the simplicity of it, and the picture is, you can see the lighthouse like really small, but I blew it up to fit this size. Things that I like to do, change things up. Right? Of course, let me have to clip this piece of. I could clip this down. I should clip it down, but then what happens is that the clip ends up painting around the clip. So for the sky, it's just a minimal sky. It was just because you can't really tell in this little lovely photograph that I have. I'll try and put the one over here, but it's just a simple lighthouse. I like the simpleness of the rocks. Like I said, I zoomed in on this picture, and I'll enhance it. I'll make it more bright and fun to go with the coordinating picture below. And that's what I'm going to do. So for the sky, I will use a big brush. I will use my Princeton number 12 long round. I'm going to hold it in place for now. I'm going to loosen up some lovely ultramarine blue. Or I could use some cerulean blue, which is a great color, a cobalt. And I'm going to do wet on dry. Some people find wet on wet super easy. Wet on dry, I might add a little bit of burnt sienna just to coordinate with the one below. Okay, and I have to remember to don't go near this for the white. I'm just going to go like this. See, I'm just kind of do swooping like this, leave a little space. I'll clean up my brush, just grab some water and kind of have that blend down a little bit and move that one over here and tap. Again, I don't want to hit the white lighthouse. I do want the color to bleed down. And I'm just going to put some water right down here. This sketchbook is great. It's 100% cotton. I'm going to get a little bit darker with my color up here. And that is it. I really just want to keep it simple. If I want to have the color bleed a little more, I'll kind of just add some more here. I do want to go around my little lighthouse. Some color. You know, it's not arch paper. It's not going to be perfection. Get a little bit thicker with the color up here on top. Ooh! What could happen? Don't worry. We won't freak out. Always fun. It's always fun in Ellen's world here. Okay. So it's doing a little curly thing because I put a lot of color on that. We'll let it do its thing. I'm just going to sit there. And I wish I had left a little white. I could play around with taking out some paint with a dry brush. Doing the technique of lifting. See? Twist your brush. Pull it out. If you've never tried that, you should try it. It ended up looking stormy. I didn't really need it to look super stormy. I'm going to lift out some color. Another little cheat is just to grab paper towel and just kind of like squish it up like this and kind of go like that. You don't want to remove too much white though. There. Could have like some streaks coming through like that. Kind of cool, right? I feel like they look like little soldiers. I want to make them a little more mushier. Rounded, not linear. There we go. Much better. There we go. So that was like our first little fun little wash. And then of course we have the ocean, we have this background landmass. And I'm going to switch brushes from a big guy to a more suitable one for this one. It'll be a 10 round from Princeton. This is the Velvet Touch series. That was a Neptune series. We can make the water similar color to the one we have here. Kind of like Cape Cod kind of style. I don't know. Doesn't look like it's turquoise to me. So I'm just going to grab this ultramarine blue again. Just water this down. We're not going to hit the landmass yet because it's still kind of very wet. And I'm just going to put in a simple wash. You could leave some white if you want. Just make little lines like this. But I think I'm just going to do, it's going to be light and I'll go over that with some color. Just a simple wash of blue here. Now, there is like this spray, white spray happening here. The waves are crashing. We can kind of leave that. And just, it's mostly white, and just add like a little blue here. Just a little spray. And the rest is going to be like really kind of rocks, like dark grays and browns, etc. All that good stuff. So I can just grab some Sienna and kind of fill that in. You got those browns, you see? Even over the blue, you've got the browns. And adding more blue, you get the gray. There's a couple little tricks we're going to do with this one. So I'm going to just take some burnt sienna itself, because you can see a little bit of the brown peeking through. I'm going to put some of that in first. And we're going to let that dry. I'm going to paint over it with the grays. And when I scrape it, you'll see some of that lovely brown coming through. I'm not going to paint every area. I'm going to leave a little bit of white in some areas. Let that dry. And for the other part up top, we can just make a simple gray using the blue and the burnt sienna. Just mixing these. Just filling in the gray here. It's a little deeper, a little lighter down here. We can kind of tap in some of this gray here. Remember, there's like that white spray. I'm going to put a little bit of gray here. All right, so I'm going to let this dry and come back. So I've let this dry. I'm grabbing some deeper grays with the ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Just getting those in there. And remember, we're going to go paint over here. We're just going to tap. It might be too watery. I'm going to tap some of that out on my paper towel. Just tippy tap. Now, it's good to have a credit card close by. Of course, I said that to you, and I don't have mine. Oh, boy. I'll find it. Like a really small piece, if you can find it. I have it somewhere hidden under my desk, but I'll just use this credit card, an old credit card. I'm going to tap this. Just getting the grays here, the rocks. Really, look at, totally anybody can take a brush and tippy tap this. Come on, don't tell me you can't do this. You're just tapping, moving this around, blah, blah, blah. Go down over here. That's for the lovely gray dark rocks. So it's seeping into the paper. It's pretty dark. I know, but a little credit card trick is going to help. And where's my mini one? I don't know. I always trying to find things. I should have remembered to find it in the beginning. So I'll just use this one. Let it seep in the paper for like a few minutes as I'm trying to scramble to find my small tiny one. But I can always just make another one. Like I'll just cut off the corner of this guy. And now you have a really nice small piece. So see this part is seeping in. And what is great about mixing ultramarine blue, deep, and burnt sienna is the colors kind of like granulate and they change and they move around, so you can see the nuances of the brown and the blue. And now we're just gonna go scrape, and you're gonna see that color, some of it come through in the bottom. You're gonna just twist. See that one? I just twisted that one. I just twisted that, and you see that brown in there. Remember the underpainting? You'll see it. And you just kind of twist, scrape for the rocks. Isn't that great? So you can tippy tap, you can scrape and then tap it on your paper towel. And get this little cute little rock look. Voila! It looks like the rocks. I know, it's crazy, right? Super simple and easy to do. Lots of fun. I'm going to remove some of this color here. I'm going to paint the greens. The last thing is like the details of the lovely lighthouse itself. So greens is so simple. Cadmium yellow deep, Prussian blue, blah, blah, blah. I talk about this 1,000 times. There's still some browns kind of happening in there too. You can put some nuances of, grab some burnt sienna and kind of play with putting that in there. And I'm moving fairly quickly because it's more fun to do that. And just get those greens in there. A little deeper greens, just loose, go crazy, just throwing the greens in there. It's not supposed to be perfection, it's supposed to just be a fun little sketch. Remember, sketch is not perfection. Look at that, we already have Atlantis. Go back and use these two colors again for the back area. Maybe more blue, brown. Depends on what you want to do. It could be a little darker. It could be just like more blue. It seems a little bit more bluer than gray. I might grab some cobalt. I ran out of my ultramarine blue. Water it down and just get that little line in there that we see across. Voila. Voila. We still have that white spray. We'll be adding in some lovely lines for the ocean. So I'm going to remove some paint real quick. And grab some more ultramarine blue deep. It's my favorite color. I use it so much. And maybe I'd use a smaller, skinnier brush for this, like Princeton 8 long round. And grab some of those two colors again. It's just different to keep it like blue, blue, blue. And we can just do some nice watered down blue here. Make some little lines. You can see in the photograph. This is a sketch, remember. We're not supposed to be like perfection. You don't have to have, first of all, the ocean lines wouldn't be straight anyway. And maybe some of them would be kind of mushed, like I'm mushing them here. There wouldn't be all these little lines like soldiers. We don't want to make little soldiers. It's supposed to have some nuance to it. And I think I'll get the background a little bit darker, bluish kind of color here. All right, and there is a little bit of gray in between this little area, just like a light gray. And this gets a little bit darker still up here. Just a little bit, tap, tap, tap. All right, so for the lighthouse, I like to use a nice, again, ultramarine blue, maybe some burnt sienna again. Nice little shadow. We'll do that first before we put the red in. And I'm just going to put that on here and on the side. So I got some blue on there anyway from the sky. I'm just going to do like that, kind of like an angle, and a little bit up here. All right, we're going to let that dry. We're going to come back. By the way, for the white spray, you can just kind of tap a little bit blue here and blue here, so you know that this spray is happening. A little bit out here. And we're going to do, maybe I'll put a little bit of gouache in here for the spraying. I'm going to add a little blue. And maybe a little more deeper blue out here. Okay, we'll let this dry and come back. So it's dry. I grabbed my holbein color of cadmium red light. And I'm just going to put that color in. It's such a pretty color. It's like the perfect color for here in the doorway. Right, and then there's like a wash of this here. I'm just going to do little lines because you can see little lines for the railing. I'm just going to do like little stripy lines and kind of smush some of them. Look how cute. And then for our black, we don't want to use a black. We're going to use ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, really mixed together, nice and thick. It's butter. And then that's our black color. So you see a little dot, and we'll fix the little doorway. There's some kind of thing out here. Now if you want to kind of outline this a little bit, I would just do a tiny little line. Oops, it's a little thicker than I wanted. This is the 8 long round. I would get the blue and burnt sienna again. Maybe make a little bit deeper color here, just so you can define more shadows of the lighthouse. Really, really simple. And that is it. Super, super simple, but except if you want to have the splash, let's talk about adding some gouache. So I put a little gouache here. I'm kind of activating it with some water. It's really, really thick. I'll tap some of it on a paper towel. And we're just going to do little tip taps for the spray, kind of up here. And the water is spraying. And then you get the idea. That's why I put the blue in there. So you want some colors in there. It makes more sense. And just put little sprays up here and over here. So we got the spraying water crashing all over the place. And that's that. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on sketchbook. Patreon members get the extended version. And if you want to become a Patreon member, just click the link in the description box below, because it's just a place people go and support my channel. You get also all kinds of exclusive tutorials. We have extra videos, extended videos from here on YouTube, a lot more stuff than you would get on YouTube. And it helps support me here on YouTube, which I really appreciate. So I hope you have a fun day, and another addition to our sketchbook here that we did, just to add some more coastal. It's kind of fun. I love this little sketchbook. It's in my Amazon shop if you're interested. You know, I don't make anything really from that, but it's a link where you can find it. So take care and happy painting.